So this video is about White Album 2, the anime, and I'm going to share why I enjoyed it and what I thought was interesting about it. Now, there are other people who either do not understand what it was going for or do not like what it was going for. And if you are one of those people, maybe hearing my thoughts, as I am indeed somebody who likes White Album 2 very much, it might help you to understand where other people are coming from when they regard White Album 2 as one of their favorite anime. So, that being said, in the start of White Album 2, it's basically developing the friendship of the three lead characters, the boy character Haruki, and the two girls Kazusa and Setsuna. And in the beginning, it's really a slice of life about them getting closer, developing their own relationships. It's not yet romantic, although it gradually gets there. But yeah, this is mainly about developing the friendship of those three characters. And it's really kind of laid back, perhaps, and kind of almost like a slice of life, with a feeling in the background, a feeling of unease, kind of in the background of all of this that's going on. Now, the feeling of unease is there from episode 1, and it's basically the unease stems from the fact that maybe both of these girls like the main character. However, this is kind of maybe obvious to some people who watch a lot of this type of show and like romantic dramas, but it's not completely obvious. And as the show progresses, it becomes more and more obvious that both of the girl characters have feelings for Haruki. So that being said, that's about the first 6 episodes, and this culminates in a concert scene. You know, it's not like an Angel Beats concert scene. It doesn't look that great, but we're not watching White Album 2 because of the amazing animation. I just want to put that out there. If anybody thinks that, and the animation is very passable, and it doesn't look bad per se, but it's nothing to write home about. And I don't think that the animation is why most people like this show. So why do people like this show? Well, after episode 6, we kind of start hitting the meat, and the meat is the feeling of unease that had been building up for these 6 episodes. And Setsuna confesses to Haruki, and Haruki accepts, despite also having feelings for Kazusa. However, he thinks that perhaps he and Kazusa can never be a couple because he kind of pictures her as out of his league. And basically he just can't picture her reciprocating his feelings. For now. And yeah, this is kind of when we realize, oh yeah, so from after the confession, they still hang out, and Haruki, the three together still hang out, and Haruki perhaps tries to make himself like Setsuna more than he likes Kazusa. So he becomes kind of affectionate with Setsuna, and Setsuna really likes him. So their relationship progresses with some kissing and stuff. And as Kazusa watches this, it gets more and more hard for her. And it's really just hard to watch too, because we know that this girl likes him too. Kazusa likes him too. So, okay. This is so that's somewhat interesting, watching all of this unfold and what's going to happen, and then eventually we come to a flashback episode of Kazusa basically confirming without a doubt that Kazusa loves Haruki and basically has had a crush on him for a long time, and it was just like 22 minutes of building the Kazusa x Haruki ship, and wow. Okay, so and then of course we get to one of the hardest parts to watch, and this is the part where Haruki basically cheats on Setsuna for Kazusa when he realizes that he just likes Kazusa instead, and then they have sex, and it basically they're both crying as they are having sex because they really love Setsuna too, platonically, and it's almost they're definitely betraying her, both of them, and it's just hard to watch because, how come this didn't work out? Uh, is it impossible for these three to be friends if two of them have feelings for Haruki? And of course, this brings us to the very last episode and the best scene in the anime by far, the scene where they Kazusa is going to fly to Europe on a plane to perform piano, and she's kind of leaving Japan behind for now. So Haruki and Setsuna go to see her off. And when they get to the airport, they see her, and Haruki basically, he had already told Setsuna that he cheated on her and that he likes Kazusa more. So, but in this scene at the airport, he basically leaves Setsuna and just runs and hugs Kazusa. And yikes! The music is cued, and they kiss each other in front of Setsuna, both basically acknowledging to Setsuna that yes, they both betrayed her, and yes, they could not salvage this situation. And here is the unique feeling that White Album 2 delivers that no other show will quite deliver in the same way. So the unique feeling that you get, that I got, and that people get from White Album 2 is basically the feeling that, how could this happen? Right? There are two people, Kazusa and Haruki, who basically love each other with all of their heart. But yet, the relationship it's not good for them because they feel like they are hurting Setsuna, and they are very, very much hurting Setsuna. So, how come this didn't work out? And even now that Setsuna knows that they cheated on her, that Haruki cheated on her with Kazusa, it still physically hurts them to have this relationship because, they really care about Setsuna, as I said before. So why does this not work out? It's like a modern tragedy, I would say, because although that's the feeling, it's like, why? Isn't all you need in a relationship two people who love each other? Or no, that can't be it. There must be more then, right? And that is something to think about while watching White Album 2. So, is there any way that this could have worked out where Toma could have got with Haruki without feeling like they betrayed Setsuna, without actually betraying Setsuna? Or is it impossible for Haruki to be with Toma and still for both of them to remain friends with Setsuna? Now, this is quite the question, and the visual novel continues upon this subject. But that also may raise the question: who's at fault? Is Kazusa at fault? Is Haruki at fault? Is Setsuna maybe at fault? The reason Setsuna might be at fault is because she knew, or she had an inclination that Kazusa liked Haruki before Setsuna confessed to Haruki. So, in that case, was it wrong of her to confess because she knew that they had feelings for each other? And, of course, I say no. Some people disagree, but I say no because I don't think it's wrong to put yourself over a friend when confessing your true feelings. I don't think it should be expected of her to throw away her feelings for Haruki just to not ruin this relationship. Additionally, perhaps her inclination that they both liked each other was just wrong. And in any case, I really think that it's just important for her to confess her feelings to the person that she likes. So I don't think Setsuna's at fault at all, basically. So is Kazusa at fault? Well, yes, a little bit. She did cheat. She knew that Setsuna was dating Haruki, yet she chose to sleep with him anyway. That is very much her fault. And then Haruki, it's mostly his fault because not only did he cheat on her, but he basically didn't have the guts to break up with Setsuna which he should have. Now, would the breakup have really done anything to salvage the relationship between the three? I kind of doubt it because, well, it's continued on in the visual novel, but it's just, as you saw after episode 6, like, the strain that two of them dating each other puts on their whole group dynamic, it just, like, the strain that it was putting on Kazusa, I don't think it would work. I think it would be about the same for Setsuna and just be hard for her to be around these two people anymore. And really, wow, these three people that had a great friendship going on and loved to be around each other and found kind of joy in performing music together. It's like, wow, really, love can really be a bad thing is what it's kind of going for. It's like, well, the love is a good thing in one way that the two really love each other, but the fact that it can just isolate another person whom they also loved platonically, it's quite the thing to think about.